Hi, my name is Minister Nathan Terry, and I am running for City Council for District 4 here in Tulare, California. Well, I'm looking at this letter that I got from the Fresno Bee here, and it's asking some questions. This is my first time seeing it, so I want to get this thing done as soon as I possibly can. So here it says, in your opinion, what are the city's top 3 challenges, and how would you address each of the issues? From where I sit, the biggest challenges here in our city, one being homelessness, 2 being jobs, and 3 being the safety of our people. Now, 1, homelessness. Well, what I do for a living, I am the director of the Lighthouse Rescue Mission Family Center, which we deal with the chronic homeless every single day. And not just the chronic homeless. We deal with those that live in their car. We deal with those that are on the verge of being homeless. And we have programs set here that can help each of the areas. Now, what will I do? Well, as an advocate for the homelessness, what I want to do is build relationships with the homeless first. And as I build relationships with the homeless, I find out how they really got in the situation that they're in. And when I find out that the core of how they got homeless, then that gives me a way to help them out of that situation. How do I do that? Well, I once was homeless. When I moved to Tulare, I was homeless. And there's a few avenues you have to go, but you need the resources to help people. Like the ones that don't have a driver's license, we need to help them get their driver's license. The ones that don't have a resume, we need to help them get their resumes. The ones that have addictions, we need to help them with their addictions. And that's why transitional programs and family shelters are a great need in our city, and that's something we don't have. So I am pushing to have transitional living programs and to have family shelters here that can help people with the core issues of how they got homeless, so that in the near future that they don't have to be homeless and they can even stand or sit in the place that I'm sitting today. That's one thing. Now, jobs. Jobs is a big issue too, because a lot of homelessness, they're homeless because they don't have jobs. They lost their jobs for this reason or that reason. Okay. What is going on with the job situation? The job situation here is we need more businesses to come to our city that can provide more jobs. How do we do that? Well, we have a lot of properties out here that are just properties with no one living in them. They're dilapidated, or they're empty lots and things of that nature. We need to go and get on these empty lots. We need to talk to contractors that are willing to come down and work on getting these properties to look more presentable. At least if it's just going to be empty, turn it into a garden. And if another one has an apartment complex that is dilapidated, let's get some people in there, reconstruct these buildings, reconstruct these apartment complexes, and then start to allow people to move in them. Okay, say they were once areas used to sell drugs. Okay, now when we remodel them, what we're going to do is the people that are going to be filling out applications to move in these places, let's do thorough background checks. Hey, let's put people in here that are trying to do something, that wants our city to be better. Someone that wants to come in, that wants to find work, and that wants to be a citizen that is responsible. It takes a little more work, but hey, there's nothing can be done in a day. Even Jesus didn't finish. Even God, oh, forgive me, we're going to have to edit that. Even God didn't finish this earth. It took 7 days to finish and complete everything. So we can't do this thing in one day. And it just can't be us. It can't be just the city officials. We need people to step in and step out and help us, that we can, the jobs that, say people come here, right? And they start a business here. Well, they start a business here, and it's an eatery, and they want it to flourish. They want to make money. Well, people in Tulare have to go spend their money at these businesses, that these businesses can stay and begin to flourish, and then the revenue in our city will get bigger and better. We have to support our own people in our own city. It takes a community effort. A community effort. We will not succeed in jobs being paramount here, and people getting jobs and people getting on their feet, unless we as a community in unity do it. Now, another one is safety. Safety is all jacked up because these gangbangers. I'm going to be real with you. These gangbangers, these drug dealers, they're trying to take over the city. And people in the city are afraid to fight back. Listen, this is our city. We're building it. We're paying what we're paying to stay where we're staying. You know, we're driving our cars. We're sending our children to school. Hey, let's not let these thugs take over our city. If we see them committing crimes, call the police. If they're dealing drugs next door to you, call the police. Listen, if we don't stand up, they're going to continue to stand on us. So there are laws already enforced to be able to fight the system when it comes to gang banging and gang members. Listen, they're openly walking around with their flags. They're openly sagging. They're openly throwing up these signs. And people are afraid to walk outdoors. Listen, if somebody is openly in your area doing drugs, selling drugs, or gang banging, call the police. Let's get them taken to jail. Let's get them a record. And then when they do it again, let's get them for gang enhancement. And let's give them 5 years on top of what else they're doing. And then each time, let's continue to do that until they know that you can't gang bang, you can't drug deal in our cities. Because we are going to point the finger at you and we're going to get you sent to prison. And listen, if the city won't do it, call me. I'll do it on my own. I'll be the one to go to court. I'll be the one to point them out. And I'll be the one that send them to jail the rest of their lives. Because I have children and I have grandchildren and I'm not standing for it. So the way we're going to get our city back and make it safer is to not be stood on, but to stand up and speak out and point out those that are doing the crime. So it's a community effort again. I can't do it on my own, but I tell you one thing, I'll stand on the front of the line. You just walk with me. These are the 3 things that I want to tackle in Tulare. And listen, in unity is how a community moves forward. So I'm telling you now, when you go to polls, don't hesitate. Vote Big Nate. All right, God bless.